Yes, we're here. Well, you know, you want to do candles with your mom and dad? Oh, I think we're starving to death, right? Yep. Oh, nice to see you back.
What a chair.
No, I can't believe it. I know. I think it's I like it. Yeah, I just wanted to make it as hard for you as I could. I moved you a little to the side because so you're.
Tell me wherever you want.
Yeah, I just didn't want you right in front of the door. So
That's where we practice.
yeah, you're not supposed to. We're not supposed to be. It's like the wall, you know. A Jewy thing.
We got front row seats.
I know.
Many people.
So who's a crafting person?
Kind of class.
This glued down. And fabric. Well, yeah, but I'm sure there's a way to do this the right way. There's fabric glue that you. There is fabric. I don't have it. No, I'm just complaining about this and wanting somebody who knows what.
There's no place for me. I'm leaving. No, we had a chair. Do you have it, Ira?
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm putting you in. Mine is also fun. Oh, that is the one. Yeah, it's nice for this summer sometime.
Oh, here
Would you like to be home?
Are we gonna have the ark open, Rabbi?
No, we need to move down. We need to move down.
I'm gonna sit next to you.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, if we move.
You want to be in the archway? Can we get, yes.
Oh my God.
Thank you, dear. You are so welcome. I got here at 5:30, like, I'm
Standing room.
on the floor. I was gonna go get we got you. We got
I'm not gonna have to like
you. My guitar stand.
put my back.
I couldn't have a better one.
hand.
I didn't have this one. You need what? Stand? Okay. Oh. I don't think.
You wanna hang out with him? You wanna hang out with him? Or do you wanna hang out with him? Or do you wanna hang out with him? Or do you wanna hang out with him? Go hang out with them, keep them company. We'll start with the
Okay.
wait till you're all here. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We welcome the Sabbath Bride with Lecha Dodi, page 138.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalala 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalala 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad Ishmi'anu el ha'am yuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad Leshem u'tiferet v'lithilah Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalala 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala yalala 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela likrat Shabbat lechu ki mechor haveracha merosh mikedem nehesucha מחשבה תלכילה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, יאללה יאללה יאללה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, יאללה יאללה יאללה, בני שבת נקבלה. Slow down for Bowie. Bowie b'shalom, ataret bala, gam besumcha utzola, toch emunei am segula, Bowie chala, Bowie chala. Kala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
We welcome the Sabbath bride. We welcome this wonderful Shabbat on which we give thanks to our volunteers, on which we welcome and give thanks for many people who have been born and their birthday blessings, and on which we gather together to bring in the Shabbat. Olivia is on it. She is going to be our Sabbath bride who will, with her mom and dad, light the lights of Shabbat. Edu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed is the eternal God who gives us this wonderful opportunity not only to gather together, but to indeed be a messenger of peace unto all people, and to pause and take one moment for us to remember who we are as a people and for what it is that we strive. We turn to page 144. Our Reader's Kaddish moves us into the main core of our service. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabba v'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich machutei v'chayechon u'yomechon u'chayei dekol beit Yisrael ba'gala ba'gala ubizman kariv v'meru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam u'lam me'almaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpoar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei v'kedushu baruchu le'lamim kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata v'meru amen. As our psalmist says, teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see and to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to spare. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days, lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. And we turn to our call to worship, our Baruch Hu, on page 146. And those who are comfortable, please rise for this, our call to worship.
Baruch Hu et Adonai, Amevorach. Baruch
Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever. We give thanks to God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, and thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, arranges the stars in the heavenly courses according to plan. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv ha'ravim. Blessed are you, eternal God, who brings on the evening.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Boreyom v'layla, golem homim nechoshet, golem homim nechoshet, v'choshek mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
Continue with the Shema on page 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. We are seated. That statement of the oneness of God, meaning that the one God is the God of all people and all faiths, all races, all genders, everything, means we are all included in this great universe. And how we, as our people, shows it is indicated in the words that follow in Deuteronomy, V'ahavta, page 154. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'lechtecha b'derech u'v'shofbecha u'v'kumecha u'v'shartan lehot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'v'taftam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'isharecha Laman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti echem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. On page 157, standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, and that the winding way to that promise pauses through the wilderness. that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. So we sing the Mi Chamocha on page 158, the words that we hear our ancestors sang as they marched their way to freedom.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Nora.
Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael, blessed are you, God, who eternally redeems our people Israel. We continue on page 163. That's a lot. It was quick.
God has blown the marketplace away. There's a song on the wind, and joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night, and eternity utters a day, and eternity utters a day. Ya la la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la. Adonai, Svatai, Svatai Tivta, Ufi Yagita Hilatecha.
We rise.
Adonai, Svatai, Svatai Tivta, Ufi Yagita Hilatecha.
Continuing on page 166. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibur B'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mei Gula Livnei B'neihem L'man Shemo B'Ahava Melech HaOzer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai
Magid Avraham be'ezrat Sarah.
168. Ata gibur le'olam Adonai, mechayei hakol atarav lahoshia. Mechalkel chayim bechesed, mechayei hakol berachamim rabbi. So make no flim berofei cholim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato, lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al givurot, umido melach, melech memid umechayeh, umatzmiat Yeshua, v'ne'eman ata lahachayot hakol, baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. 170. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalucha selah, baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy bless you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, the holy God. We are seated. For those who didn't catch every minute of that, those were the blessings that we say, which asks that the merit of our ancestors indeed be visited upon us, an understanding of God's might over all, and the sense that indeed there is holiness, there is something special in time. When we remember God, then indeed we can find that which is holy in life. On page 173, may these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day, this Shabbat, fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh haShabbat. Please, O God, we bless you, you who make this day holy. We continue on page 177. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of our soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lahodot. Blessed are you, O God. Your name is good, and it is good for us to remember to give thanks for every blessing in our lives. And the greatest blessing of all is our prayer and our hope for shalom, for peace, for wholeness, for all peoples in this world, for Israel, for us, and for indeed all humanity. Shalom Rav, page 178.
Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Ki atahu melech Adon, lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. V'tov b'necha levarech et amcha Yisrael, b'chohed u'chol shah b'shlomecha.
just as we wish peace on our world, healing and wholeness for every human, we get a little closer to home, more specific, asking for the healing of individuals in our community who are ailing, who are ill, who are struggling, and who need our prayers. Our Misha Berach prayer says that we hope that God can be with them in times of trouble, in times of illness, in times of need. And so if there's anyone for whom you would like to offer this Misha Berach prayer, you can mention their name, type it into our comments, or mention any names that you would like to say at this time.
Mary Stevens from Douglas. Gina Breskin. Gary Scheidecker. Ann Lukowski.
We raise all these names up, and there are those names which are in our hearts that we send forth, hoping for, if not a cure, for what we call healing, which is the strength and ability to walk through the struggles that they face. Misha Berach.
Mikor habracha la'imotenu, may the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mikor habracha la'avotenu, bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
We take a moment for our own private prayers and meditations.
Yehu leratzon imrefi behegyo libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri ve'gohali Yehu leratzon imrefi behegyo libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri ve'gohali.
We gather tonight to thank every person in this room who has made this past year, this season of celebration so special. There really was a great feeling after our annual meeting a couple of weeks ago, because I sat back with the old timers and they said, isn't it great that there's some new young people taking over leadership? People who will step forward and become the new volunteers. A Reverend Erin Wathen of the St. Andrew's Christian Church was once thanking her congregation, stating, "It really takes a whole village of volunteers to make such a thing happen." But then she paused. She said, "The word volunteer simply doesn't seem right for what it is that we do here in a congregation." She said, by using the word volunteer, it's like when people ask her husband if he's home babysitting the kids. Because after all, when a parent is home doing childcare, that's not exactly babysitting, it's parenting, and it is who you are and what you do. And the same is true of our synagogue as well. Those of you, and it's everyone in this room basically, who serve this congregation, you're not really volunteering. The word volunteer implies that you pitch in when you're needed every so often. That every so often the congregation or the organization needs just a little help, a little additional help. Volunteering is what we do when we pick up trash in the park, or build a house for Habitat for Humanity, or help out one morning a year at the House of Bread. So it is what we do at a place that is important to us, but it's not necessarily our place. And that's what the difference is for the work that we do here. Temple Beth Or belongs to all of us. If we want it to flourish, we don't just give it an hour a year or even a month. We serve it every day and every week. You are not volunteering, you actually are serving, nurturing, sustaining our congregation. And that's for all of you who teach our children on a Sunday morning en Bakor, or who greet our members when they come in on a Friday night, or when you represent us in the community at the JCC or at Federation or even in downtown Dayton. When you pick up trash around the building, no matter what it is that you do, that is what you are doing to call this place home. We don't really volunteer in our synagogue any more than we babysit our own children, because Temple Beth Or belongs to us in the same way that our children belong to us. It's our place, our people, and so it's we who are responsible to take care of it. We are responsible for the care and feeding of this congregation. Of course, we do yard work, and we host an Oneg Shabbat, or we help run a program at our Makor Religious School, or we balance the budget, or we sing in the choir, or we teach the kids, or we do cut up strawberries for at Oneg. There is no one else to do it. It's not like we have someone to task it out to, so it is we who do this work. Now, no doubt, there really isn't any other word than volunteerism, even though it is what we do for our lives. When you are asked for the coming year, know that it is so much more than just a little bit of volunteerism. It's the time and the energy that you all give that keeps this congregation going. It really is what we read about in the Bible when we talk about service to the divine in the community and the ongoing sustenance of our congregation. Churches are really, really comfortable with using words for this that Jews don't really feel comfortable with. They call it discipleship. They call it priesthood of believers or mission ministry. They call it stewardship. And Jews don't really have a word for that, so we often just go back to volunteerism. So I thought I'd give you 2 Hebrew lessons for tonight. First of all, in Hebrew, the word for volunteer is mitnadev. And for those of us who are studying Hebrew, we see that it is a reflexive verb. It is a verb that has more to do with what it does for us than it does for anyone else. It means nadav, we are generous. But when we are generous, we are not just generous to something outside of us, we are indeed giving to that which is within us as well. When one is mitnadev, he makes a gift of himself or herself to others. In the Jewish legal tradition, a volunteer to charitable act is not really a volunteer, because just as the word charity is tzedakah, meaning justice. A person who is charitable is not just giving above and beyond, it's a person who is acting in the respectable, in the good way, in the right way. It is not just nice to help, it's imperative. And it's a reflex that we give, and without it, we can't continue. It's what we have to do. And this generosity, nidivot or mitnadev, doesn't go without its rewards. There is one more Hebrew lesson for tonight. Back in Exodus, when Moses instructs the Israelites how it is that they are going to build and create something called a tabernacle, which will be their portable temple, Moses instructs, "You shall give to the Lord." And the Hebrew word for this is vanatnu. Now, only my kids who can read Hebrew, and I think only our kids can read Hebrew anymore at this point, will notice that this is something called a palindrome, which means that it reads the same way going one way or the other. And you shall give. How fitting it is that in Hebrew, the spelling, you're giving, means that you're giving to yourself as well. Just as we give to our community, so do we likewise receive. Our offerings to God and to one another are paid back several-fold. And so we thank every single person in this room, and I can name a job that goes with each face that I see ahead, because all of you are what makes Temple Beth Or. And indeed, just as Temple Beth Or is all of you, so it is that it is a part of each of us as well. Before our beautiful song, we wanted to give a couple of thank yous to some of our leaders, although we thank everybody in the room, and our current president, Jake Elder, is going to have a few words.
Hi, everyone. I'm glad I get to talk today. There's just so many people here, and I love standing up here and seeing everybody, and I'm going to not talk very long, but I'm going to embarrass Karen and John just a little bit. So I have the privilege of thanking Karen Lindsay and John Granby. They are I guess at Federation would be the past president, immediate past president. I don't know how that works here, but two outgoing presidents that we didn't get to thank because of COVID and a lot of other issues. So on behalf of the board, on behalf of everybody here, thank you guys for everything that you've done for Temple Beth Or, that you continue to do for Temple Beth Or. Obviously, Karen, longtime treasurer, president, gets involved in everything. I mean, John is the same way, three-term president or co-president, honorary member of AEC now, I've heard, and security committee. So I guess on behalf of the board, on behalf of Temple Beth Or, we have some small tokens of our gratitude. If you guys would come up here and get these, please. I know you don't want to, but as yours, John. Thank you. Karen, I had to write the K on yours. All right, well, that's it for me, I guess. Not much of a speech today, but thank you, everybody, for being here.
Anybody who steps forward and sits on our board and helps govern and create this place indeed gives so much of their time and their effort. That's the person whose phone number is in the newsletter to get every single call. They're all nodding. Yeah, we know. An additional thank you goes to Karen because of her love of chocolate. We have actually obtained a chocolate fountain, which will be part of Temple Beth Or for all time to thank everyone afterwards. And it is the Karen Lindsay chocolate fountain, which will make its appearance, but tonight is its debut. So we thank you all. And as you enjoy this wonderful sweetness, we want you to take a look at the president's plaque, which is indeed in our hallway. Many of you have watched as the names of the past presidents have flown by. It's been so much. And when John was president, and then John and Karen were president. We needed a little more room, and so we've added some additional space, and we have room for every one of your names to be presidents in the future. And so we will enjoy this sweetness together as we gaze upon not only the past leadership who has brought us to this moment, and I see individuals in the room who have been past presidents, but I also know that I'm looking also at the future, at future presidents as well. And someday we hope that all these people will have their name on there as well. So in Exodus, we hear that everything we give is what creates Temple Beth Or and makes this a holy place, and a beautiful song indeed is a tribute to all of you.
These are the gifts that we bring, that we may build a holy place. This is the spirit that we bring, that we may build a holy place. We will bring all the goodness that comes from our hearts, and the Spirit of God will dwell within. These are the colors of our dreams we bring to make a holy place. This is the weaving of our lives we bring to make a holy place. We will bring all the goodness that comes from our hearts, and the Spirit of love will dwell within. These are the prayers that we bring, that we may make a holy place. These are the visions that we seek, that we may build a holy place. Let us forever be strong. Let our souls rise together in song, that the Spirit of love and the Spirit of love, Shekhinah, will dwell within.
And we all rise together for the Aleinu prayer. The prayer may be found on page 586. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'ateit gedulah l'yoseh breshit, shelo asanu kedoyei haratzot, velo salanu k'mishpachot ha'adamah, shelo sam kakeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'kol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. V'yemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz v'yom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. And we remain standing as our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones and those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. We remember them, and we remember all that they gave us. On this Shabbat, we mark the yahrzeit, or the anniversary of the passing of Francis Levine, Eugene Kleinman, Mary Scott, Joseph Zenlevitz, Nancy Self, Jenny Walder, Ann Cutler, Hank Adler, Sam Fiddler, Leah Gross Green, Oscar Green, Rabbi Uriel D.H. Smith, Lillian Orlinsky, Herman Sherline, Sarah Zirkel, Louis Barnett, and Irving Sanderson. We gather them together with all of our own, and we say this prayer, the Kaddish prayer on page 598, which doesn't speak of death, but gives thanks for their lives, because without their lives, we would not be here. And so together do we say, Yitgadal v'yitkadash shamei Rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechonu v'yomechon u'b'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kariv imru. Amen. Yehei shamei Rabbo mevorach leolam u'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpoar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shabed kudeshat barichu la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran v'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav hu ya'asei shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and all of Israel. And we say, Amen. And we are seated. And as we say, we have a special Oneg Shabbat to thank you, one and all. But we also have a wonderful birthday cake, which is there to honor our spring birthdays for our senior congregants. You only get a cake when you're old in this congregation, as opposed to the other way around. So given a wonderful, wonderful gift of someone who was mentioned on our Kaddish list tonight was Hank Adler, and that was that we should remember our seniors and all of us, and yes, I'm included in the bunch, who are over 65 years old, get a special birthday blessing for Shabbat. And we honor everybody who is here, but we are especially saying happy birthday to Bonnie Bromberg and Leslie Berkey, Phyllis Finkelstein and Claudia Freed, Paula Gessinis, Jane Gorski, Karen Granby, Howard Gross and Hindi Gruber, Robert Heumann, Sharon Holzer and Stuart Holzer, Dr. Marty Him Jacobs and Donna Kabikoff, Gina and Neil Kahn, Corky Katz, Martin Neisney, Joanne Plotkin, Myrna Schutzbank, Tom Skelly, Robert Seufer and Lois Solganic, Eugene Solomon, Lori Verson, Joni Watson, and Mary Yura. And if I missed you all, you'll have to let us know, and we'll mention you the next time, and we wish them
Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. Told you they know it. Yom Huledet Sameach. You gonna skip around the room?
Yeah, we won't. If we're not at camp, we won't make you skip around the room. And the biggest gift that you get is you don't have to come up to do Kiddush and Hamotzi, because I see some volunteers who might be willing to come up, right? Right, for Kiddush and Hamotzi? Look at these two beautiful dresses. Oh, they will come up, right? So the wine, which you may or may not like,
Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pori hagafen.
All right, don't worry, girl. Watch out, Mom and Dad.
Take her keys away.
See what you think. Okay.
We know what's at your dinner table.
There
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
I'm waiting because that's in the wrong key.
Oh, say shalom bimroman, huya say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Yahaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 Yahaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
Shabbat Shalom. Please join us in this hallway right over there and have a little bit of sweetness so your Shabbos should be sweet.
Thank you for following me. She said your voice and I forgot the name. You didn't notice? Never.
He always notices.
Something I do. We just keep going.
You know, that's what
learned that over all the
years.
years. Just keep going.
Thank you. Oh, look, you should just stay there sleeping, huh?
My old friend, right on cue. You said the poetry, that's Good Shabbos, good Shabbos. I get pumpkins. That's the only kind of kiss what kind of kiss I get? So 7 o'clock, you're gonna close our eyes.
Is that what it was? Is that what it was? I like that. And you know, of course, you can't turn it off because it's like.
Yeah.
You know, I left my phone on one time by mistake at a bar mitzvah. And it rang as I was presenting the sisterhood.
I know. But this one, it doesn't matter if you're turning stuff on, you know, you set the alarm.
Yeah.
It'll turn itself on. 7 o'clock. Every morning. Yeah.
Did I ever tell you guys that? Come here, you'll appreciate this. You're just honoring it.
So we have a lot. Was that you? And he said, I never touched her. And it says, that's what he said. That's what the other Joseph says.
She had so much fun with that. Miles and miles she got out of it. Hey, here's my bird watcher. This is great stuff, my friend. I watch where I put my pizza on my nice. Well, you are getting ready to leave. it should be, the stuff that I've seen with the birds is asking. Yes, I think I did. I saw that one, and there were some more like song birds. And small ones. I don't think I saw that one.